Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. I want to welcome each and every one of you and thank you for joining me in today's podcast. So today we have just a few things to share that I have finished and a few things to share in the show and tell at the end of the podcast. So you can find all kinds of things here, everything from knitting, needle tatting, crocheting, Tunisian crochet, weaving, spinning yarn, processing fiber, and so much more. Lamp working, all kinds of things. So I'm proud to announce that all my packages have gone out this morning. Over 4 pounds of yarn, hand spun yarn left, little over 2 pounds of glass beads that were turned into stitch markers, so my own glass beads, and some other things like earrings and other yarn were shipped out today. So yay! Progress is progress. All right, so I did finish up my switcheroo from the 0 to 3 month cardigan to an adult V-neck top, and I showed it last week and I was working on the body of it, and I finished it this week and I decided not to put sleeves on it. So what I did was just trimmed it in a nice trim all the way around the sleeves, all the way around the collar, and then on up to the body. And then I finished it off with the same thing, just in the same colorway, because the next round would have been that color, so I went ahead and did that. Now, as far as a tutorial for this, there is no tutorial. I just took the 0 to 3 month cardigan that I designed and put out this week. I worked it up so that way it would fit around my neck, worked up until I was happy with a certain point. Then I joined and started working in the round, then broke away for the sleeves, the yoke part of it, and continued to work on it. Now, because of mandala, the join is kind of like offset because of the coloring, but at any rate, it's for me, whatever. But it is doable. Like I said, I did not do a tutorial for this specific top. I just utilized the pattern that I already had and turned it into a V-neck. So that is one thing that I did get finished this week. Another thing that I finished was some hand spun yarn that I was doing a couple of weeks ago. I had started it and I was trying to make it really, really thin. And I was also working on a new to me method of spinning. So I did complete that. And this is my own hand blended fiber. I chose the colors. I blended the fiber on my blending board, not the drum carder, and created rollags. Then I spun from the rollags, which I've done that before. I just worked on spinning a woolen spin versus a worsted spin. So at any rate, here it is. This is the final outcome of it. It's not absolutely perfect, but you know, none of us are either. We're not machines, but you can see all of those really pretty colors. Greens and reds and orange and amber. There's a little bit of purple in there, some blues, bluish gray, very, very muted bluish gray right here. But yeah, so I finished that. That was 277 yards that I ended up with. So I'm really excited about that. Absolutely loving it. I also designed a new cowl, and here it is. Now, this is the shortened version. You could continue on with rows 2 through 7 and continue on to make it much taller, but I wanted to add in some of my favorites that I haven't used in a very long time, and that is a lot of the jasmine stitch in different ways. So you start off with a jasmine chain and then you work your way up. But that is it for me and what I've been up to in the craft room. So let's get into the show and tell and what y'all have been up to. So on the email side of things, we had Mima Dawn P. She sent in, she completed the cocoon shrug that she was working on. And let me pop up those beautiful pictures. I absolutely love the color of the yarn she used. It's absolutely amazing. So let's talk a little bit about it while you look at the pictures. This cocoon, this is the cocoon cardigan I finally finished, she said. The pattern is the Aran Cocoon Shrug by Divine Debris. And she said the cuffs are adapted from another pattern. She used Big Twist Mirage in the color Gray Fox. So that is super, super pretty. Thank you so much for sharing that. Next up, we have Marion, and she is sharing in the Facebook group a picture of her spinning wheel, and she said her very first attempt at spinning my Husky's floof. So she said, not as easy as it looks. I got it on the slowest speed possible, LOL. But I think that she has done a wonderful job, and that's coming from someone who has spun her own puppy dog's floof. So yes, I absolutely love it. I love working with it. It's so soft. And once you go through the process of spinning it and scouring and all of that, when it gets wet, it doesn't smell like wet dog. It just smells like wet natural fiber, whether it's wool or alpaca or whatever. It just smells like the rest of the natural fibers, but it's really soft and always produces this beautiful halo on it. So I am excited for you, and I absolutely love the work that you have done. And next up, we have Miss Sharon, and Sharon loves purple. And we're going to see that in this picture. She has completed her corn on the cob knitted beanie. So, and here it is in purple, of course, 2 different colors of purple. So that was a request by a viewer to take the corn on the cob stitch that I did in the flat and do it in the round. And I figured, well, while we're doing this in the round, we might as well make a beanie and carry it all the way to the top. So that was the tutorial that Miss Sharon used, was the corn on the cob stitch beanie in the round. So thank you so much for working that up. You did a beautiful job, and I love it in purple. Who would have thought purple corn on the cob? Only our Miss Sharon, of course. But that is it for us here today. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining me each and every video and being here. And just remember, be blessed, be a blessing, and also take into consideration tomorrow isn't promised. So be kind to those around you. All right, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.